Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My eyelids are already primed and then I'm going in with these light peachy brown shades from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and I'm taking these into my crease with a big fluffy brush to use as my transition shade, which will just help all the other colours that we put on top blend really nicely. And then I'm going in with this slightly darker brown on a more defined fluffy brush, and I'm putting this slightly lower in the crease to make my eyes a bit more defined. And then I'm just going in with the same fluffy brush that I used for the first transition shade, just to blend out this darker shade. You really want to make sure you blend out all the shades perfectly that you're putting onto your eyelid, because you don't want any harsh lines, because that's not a good look. Then I'm going in with this, again a slightly darker brown shade from the same palette, and on the same crease brush I'm just putting this slightly lower in the crease and using it to define my outer V. And then again I'm going in with a fluffy brush and blending out the edges to make sure there's no harsh lines. You can add more of the darker shade again like I'm doing here, and then just keep blending it out so it all looks perfect. You need to literally blend until your fingers hurt, that's when you know you're done. And then I'm taking this Urban Decay concealer on a small definer brush, and I'm using this to carve out the crease. I'm only carving out half of the crease, so you just want to get the line perfect on the inner corner of your eye. And then I'm just taking the lightest white shade from the Kat Von D palette again on a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to set where I put the concealer and start blending out the edges. So what you want to do, you just want to keep taking the dark brown shade and the light shade and just keep blending and pressing onto the edge where the light meets the dark shade, and you just have to keep going until it all looks perfectly blended. It's a long process to get the colours to blend perfectly, but you just have to keep going back and forth between the light and the dark shades. And then for the fun part, I really wanted to add glitter to this look. I wasn't going to originally, but I think it just looked a bit plain and a bit too boring for my liking without the glitter. So I used this Heavy Metals liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy from Urban Decay, and then I'm just placing this on the inner corner of the crease. And then for bronzer, I'm using a different shade than Bahama Mama by The Balm, because I always use that one. So this one is the medium contour kit from Sleek. And then to bronze up my face a bit more and give me a little bit of a glow, I'm using MAC Mineralise Skin Finish in Dark Deepest. And then, oh, this is going quick. And then I'm using the RCMA No Colour Powder to bake under the contour and to clean it up a bit, just because it just looks a bit messy otherwise. So I'm just using my Real Technique sponge for that. And then I'm just taking a plain powder brush to blend away the edges, and then I'm just adding a little bit more powder, again to lighten up under the contour. And then for highlight, I'm using the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sweets, and I'm taking the shade Butterscotch on a Real Techniques, I think this is the multitask brush or the setting brush, either one. It's definitely one of those two. And then I'm putting this on tops of my cheekbones, Cupid's bow, down my nose, and then I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution highlighter in the shade, I think it's Peach Lights, I'm pretty sure it's Peach Lights. Anyway, I'm putting this on over the top of where I put the gold shade, just to add a bit more of a pinky peachy colour. And then I'm going in with the same Kat Von D palette on a small little definer brush. I got this one with my Urban Decay electric palette, I think, and I'm just placing this all the way under my lower lash line, and then I'm going to blend it out. Then I'm going in with the shade Rapunzel from Makeup Geek, and I'm using this to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. I love this eyeshadow so much. It's not too yellowy and it's not too pinky. It's like the perfect neutral highlight colour, and I love the name. The name is so cute. Then I'm using the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner Pot in the shade Call Me, which is just like a true neutral brown eyeliner, and I'm using this to just line my lower lash line. And then I'm going in with the same glitter liner. Obviously I wanted to add more glitter because there wasn't enough in this look. I'm just using this to highlight my inner corner a little bit and blend it along the lower lash line, if that makes sense. You can see where I'm putting it. And then I'm going in with Creeper Ultra Matte Lip from Colourpop, and I'm just obviously putting this on my lips. You can overline your lips if you want to. I overline my lips slightly on the top, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Sorry, the palette's in the way. I know it's really annoying. I didn't realise till I was watching this footage back that it was in the way there. And then I really couldn't decide if I wanted to do glossy lips or not, but I went in and did glossy lips anyway. I added this Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Taro, which is just like a bright orangey red, and I just placed that on top of Creeper, and then the look is complete. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everything that I used I will list down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe and also check out my Instagram if you haven't already. That will also be listed in the description box. And thanks for watching. Bye guys.